Yo, now I'm going to tell you about Norway. I've been living here for 2.5 years and in fact there is a lot of interesting things here and I haven't shown you anything yet. So, time to film. Hello, Oslo. Hi, my name is Oля Lavrik and I will tell you about the Vigeland Park, what is interesting in here and what kind of vandalism happens from time to time. It is named after the Norwegian sculptor Gustav Vigeland, who has created more than 200 pieces for this park. In his lifetime, he has created thousands of works, drawings, prints and sculptures. Most of these works can be seen here at the museum, I'll show you that, and the park itself. In fact, to understand the true talent of this person, you must visit this museum. There is an almost complete collection of Vigeland's works. The museum is located near the park, in the workshop and home of the sculptor, where he lived and worked for the last 20 years of his life. The building itself is considered one of the finest examples of neoclassical architecture in Norway. Gustav Vigeland donated all his works, including the future ones, to the city of Oslo. The city provided him a park and a studio where he could live and work. This park is free and open around the clock. There is over 1 million visitors each year. Work on the park lasted for many decades and was completed in 1950. Despite the beginning of the war in 1940, sculptures began to be erected here. It was considered less likely that they would be destroyed if they were standing in the park, rather than being stored in the studio. The meme where the man fighting a bunch of kids comes from this sculpture, so maybe you saw a photo of this somewhere on Facebook. This fountain was originally designed to stand in front of the Norwegian parliament. The fountain is surrounded by 20 trees depicting 4 stages of life: childhood, adulthood, paternity and old age. The last tree contains a skeleton as a symbol of death. The fountain was turned on finally 40 years after Vigeland received its order. The land around the fountain is surrounded by a mosaic. The geometric pattern forms a maze nearly 3,000 meters long. Vigeland's intention was to show all the long and winding roads and difficult paths that people must go through in their lives. And now about the main phallic sculpture of this park. Monolith, 17 meters, consists of 121 figures, carved out of one granite block, and Vigeland were helped by 3 other stone carvers who completed the monolith after Gustav's death. And the meaning of the monolith is simple: the desire of man for the spiritual and the divine. And here is a very cool place. The sound bounces off the rocks and comes back to us, so even if I turn away, you'll hear me perfectly. The Angry Boy sculpture that is behind these tourists is considered to be the most famous sculpture. For many years it is perceived as a symbol of Oslo. Sculpture has repeatedly been vandalized, for example painted pink or red. You can get 1 year in prison as a punishment for such damage. I know that for many people a Norwegian prison is a dream, so just an idea. On the national holiday, someone dressed this angry boy in bunad. This is Norway's traditional national clothing. In Ukraine we dress sculptures too. This boy was kidnapped. Hooligans sawed off the statue, leaving only the left leg on the pedestal, and then the rest of statue was found in a dump. The current vandalism is pretty different. For some strange reasons, many people touch some parts of the sculptures, for good luck, they say. Therefore, the city authorities covered this part of the hand with wax so that the bronze was not wiped off. And also the hand was covered with dark liquid so that it was not that shiny and attractive to tourists. If there is a serious threat, then they should put some kind of warning that it is forbidden for adults to touch little boys. Jesus, what am I saying? Finally, it's time to tell you why all are naked in here. Gustav believed that only when a person has clothes on, you can understand either his religion or where he came from. When you are naked, you can be anyone, from anywhere, anytime. He wanted them to be out of time. That's why all are naked.